everybody, how are you doing? Queen Anna here. I hope you guys are all having a really good day. I've got a really fun activity planned today. All right. Well, while we wait for a few more to join us, I just want to say thank you to the Princess Party Company for bringing me to you guys today. I had so much fun last week doing our sing-along. I hope you guys all had a lot of fun singing your own songs and dancing. Hopefully you guys even made some fun videos to share with your friends. I hope you guys are all really excited for what we're going to do today. If you know what it is, we're dyeing eggs. Yay! This is one of my favorite activities to do during the springtime. It's really nice outside, and since we can't really go play out there, this is really something fun to do inside. A lot of you may have done this before, but if you haven't, it's okay. It's really easy to do, and I've got all the steps planned out for you to show you guys, and I've got this really easy kit that we can use to make dye eggs. But if you don't have kits at home, don't worry. You can do it with a lot of the materials you already have in your kitchen. All right, are you guys ready to do our first activity? Well, first things first, you want to make sure you can protect your clothes since we're going to be using dyes. So I've got my apron on today. You guys might have your own aprons. Maybe you can borrow one from your parents, or if you have an art smock, those are all really great things. You can even use an old sheet. So I've got my apron on, and as you can see, I already have some of my dyes out, but I'm going to show you guys how to set it up too. So this is one of the kits. It's really cool because it makes really shiny colors, but if you don't have a kit, what you can use is food coloring. So if you've ever baked cakes or used that for any art projects, you can use food coloring to make dyes to dye eggs as well. So we can go ahead and we're going to open up the kit. All right. And then you want to just dump out all the contents onto your table. You want to make sure that your table has a lot of things covering it. I've got newspaper or old magazines. That way, if you spill anything, it's not going to ruin your table. All right, we got everything out of the kit. Now what's really cool is it comes with these little holes that you can punch out so that you can rest the eggs in them. As you can see, I already have one done so you guys can see how that looks. And it's really easy, and you want to make sure you have a trash can nearby so that you clean up as you go. All right, and the instructions are also on the box, so you want to make sure you read that. So the most important things we're going to need today to dye eggs is you're going to need your cups. They don't have to be see-through, but it's easy for me to see which colors I'm going to use. And then you're going to want a tablespoon. So you'll see it has a lot of other measurements as well, but we want to make sure it's 1 tablespoon that we're using. And with that, we are going to use vinegar. So we're only going to use a little bit of it, but we want to make sure we have vinegar to put into the cups as well. And then you need your water. I have it in a pitcher, but you guys will probably want to go to your sinks to use your water. And then you're going to need another measuring cup, and it's going to say 1/2 cup. Or you can use a full cup and only fill it halfway. And then the most important thing you're going to need are eggs. So I have a container of some eggs. So you can do these with normal eggs, but I think your parents might have a better tip for you, and that's to make sure that they're hard boiled. Now, we want to make sure that you're being safe in the kitchen, so I suggest you let your parents or your family members, grandparents help you with that part, because I don't want you guys to get burned. So I already have my eggs hard boiled, and so we're going to punch out the last few bits of our tray. I'm really excited because it's always a lot of fun to dye eggs and then give them out to people in the castle. Maybe you guys can tell me what color you think egg I should do for Olaf. If you have any suggestions, I'd really love to hear. All right, we're almost done. All right. What's so cool about these kits is that they come with other materials that you can use. So not everyone may want to use dye, or if you don't have dye at home, you can still decorate eggs. So I have some things that you can use if you don't have some dye, which are these really cool stickers. And they don't have to be spring related. They can be any kind of stickers you want. I've seen a lot with dinosaur stickers, which is a lot of fun, or just any of your favorite things you can put on them. You can even just draw on them with markers. All right, so we have our 2 trays done. And now we have a lot of holders for the eggs that we're gonna do. Inside these kits, you see these little tablets, and they're all different colors. So the other thing you wanna make sure you have are some scissors. And again, make sure you're being really careful. So we're gonna cut right across the top. All right, and then you can choose which color tablets you wanna do. I already have a bunch of colors out here, so I wanna make sure I'm doing some that I don't have. So I'm gonna pour these out. All right, this looks like it might be a really pretty orange color. So let's see how to make the cup of dye. So you wanna grab your cup and then you're gonna put the tablet in it. That's the first thing you do. And then you're gonna wanna get your tablespoon and your vinegar. And maybe let your parents help you pour it so you don't accidentally spill. I had to get Elsa to help me the first few times I did this. All right. So we're gonna fill up our tablespoon. And then we're gonna put it right in the cup. And then you'll see it starts to make a fun little fizzy sound as the tablet dissolves. And we want the tablet to go all the way disappear before we put the water in. So while we wait for that to happen, you can go ahead and get all your tablets in your other cups. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna decide what other colors that I want. And I'm really excited because these are the really shiny colors. And sometimes it's hard to tell which tablet equals which color. So it can be a fun little surprise and mystery. There's another one. All right. Again, you want to make sure you're being careful. Oh! There we are. Oh, that looks like it'll be a really pretty blue. I think that should be the color that I use for Elsa. What do you guys think? And then let's do this one. All right. Ooh, that looks like it's another pretty green color. I have a lot of greens because it's springtime, so I think it would be really fun to make it look like the outdoors. All right, and once you do that, you can put your tablespoon away. It's always really good to make sure you have a lot of napkins available, especially once you start dyeing the eggs, because you're probably gonna get the dye on your fingers. So if you wanna use gloves, that's also a really good idea. All right, and you can see those are all dissolving. And so what also comes in your kit is this really cool metal holder. So it'll come straight, and then all you're gonna wanna do is right at where the circle ends and the stem begins, you're just gonna bend it up. So that's gonna let you take the egg and put it in the cup. And what's really cool is you can either put the entire egg in the cup and let it soak, or you can hold it in the cup so you can do really cool designs if you wanna make the egg 2 different colors. I like to use a lot of the different things that there are. My favorite thing is that some of the kits come with this. It's a clear magic crayon. And what you do with it is before you put any color on the eggs, you draw on the eggs and you can write a secret message that no one can see. And then you dye your egg. And once it's dried, the message appears. So I think it's really fun because you can write a secret picture or hidden message for someone as a surprise. All right. You see they're all getting nice and dissolved. You can't see the tablet anymore. So that's when you want to look inside and make sure that's almost gone before you add the water. All right. And while we wait for that, do we have anyone to say hi to? We do. All right. Well, hi, Michaela and Josh. Thanks for joining me today. And Amber and another Josh. Hi. Oh, and hi, Wendy and Dawn. And Michael and Brendan, thank you guys for joining me today. Oh, it looks like we also have a question from someone. Amber asks, has Olaf ever decorated eggs with you before? That's such a great question, Amber. Thank you. Olaf has decorated eggs with me before. We did it last year and it was a lot of fun and it was really silly. He even tried to dye some snow. I bet you can guess what happened. It melted. It was really funny and we all had a really fun time. What's so fun about dyeing eggs is it's really fun to do with your family. All right. So it looks like all of our tablets have dissolved, so we're gonna add the water now. So we wanna be really careful that we don't spill. So I've got my pitcher of water, and I'm gonna be really careful, but if I do spill, it's okay because I have some paper towels to clean it up with. So you wanna put our water, we wanna make sure it's nice and open. We wanna put our water into the 1/2 cup measuring cup, and we're gonna pour it right on into the cup. All right, and then you can move that one, and then you can move them all around so that it's easier to reach the cup that you need to use. All right, add our water. Ooh, I like that color, it's a really pretty red. All right, and this looks like it's gonna be blue. Ooh, it's a nice pretty blue. It almost looks like the color of melted snow if you put some more blue into it. All right, and that's all of our cups. And again, we want to make sure we put our measuring cup away. And now you can see all the colors that you've got to dye your eggs with. All right. And if you have extra tablets, then you can save them for later, or you can get more cups and do more colors. Or if you have extra eggs, then you can do more dyeing the next day. All right, the kits also come with these really cool additional egg holders so that if you do a lot of eggs and you don't have enough room to prop them up, you can make some more. So I'm going to show you how to do that. There are just these pieces of cardboard, and you'll fold them where they have, it's called a perforation, and it's this edge part, and they just tear right apart. And then you'll see they have 2 little slats on opposite ends. So you're gonna wanna fold it into a circle, and then you're gonna put those slats together. And then once you line them up, then you'll push it down, and you've got a nice circle and an additional egg holder. And I have one more. So you find the slats, then you fold a circle, fit the slats together, and then a circle. All right. Now, the fun part is time to start dyeing your eggs. So, you want to get your hard-boiled egg, and you can use, if you don't have one of these metal rings, you can use a spoon or maybe even some tongs. You can look inside your kitchen and ask your parents to help you decide what would be best. I'd say you could just plop the egg right in, but then it might make a big mess. All right, so I think we should start with an egg for Elsa. So I'm gonna do a blue egg for Elsa. And so we're gonna sit it right in there, and I want the whole egg to be blue. And so according to the instructions, you wanna leave your egg in the cup for about 5 minutes. And now you don't have to, but the longer that you leave the egg in the cup, the darker the color is gonna be. So if you want it to be really pale, then you just need to dip it in there for a little bit of time. But if you want it to be a dark, deeper blue, then you're gonna let it sit in there for a little while. All right, do you guys think I should do a hidden message for Olaf? I think that'd be a lot of fun. So we're gonna take the magic crayon and the egg, and now when you draw on it, you're not gonna be able to see what you're doing, but I think you'll be able to know it. I'm going to draw a little Olaf on his. So to draw a snowman, you're going to do 3 circles on top of one another. Oh, and if your crayon breaks in half, it's okay because now you have 2 pieces so you can share. So you're going to do 3 circles on top of each other. And you want to make each next circle bigger. There. So you can't see, but once we put it in the dye and take it off and it dries, then there'll be a special snowman for Olaf to see. All right. I wonder what color we should use for Olaf. Well, I think his favorite time of year is spring. So what about orange? I think he'd really like that since he loves summer and springtime. And we have some more people to say hello to. Hello, Matthew and Stephanie. Oh, and Madison, hi. Oh, that's so nice. Madison is Matthew and Stephanie's daughter, and she says that Anna's her favorite. Well, thank you, Madison. I hope you guys are all enjoying doing your own egg dyeing at home. For us, this is a tradition we do every year. And if you don't know what a tradition is, it's something that you do with your family, loved ones, or friends. And it's something that holds a lot of special meaning to you guys. So for us, this is a time to come together and have fun and be creative. And we make sure we do it every year so it becomes a tradition. All right, I think we should do one more egg. Should I make an egg for Kristoff? I think that'd be really nice. And so maybe we should put some stickers on an egg for him. Let's see. I have these really cool stickers, and some of them are actually of eggs, so we can put pictures of an egg on an egg. I think that's really silly and fun. I think Kristoff would like that. So I'm going to make sure the egg's nice and dry so the stickers stick, and you can decorate them however you want. So I can put an egg sticker right up top. And then there's one of a little bunny and some flowers, so we can add those. I think that's really fun and playful. There we go. I like that because you don't always have to dye them, and I think that's a lot of fun. And then we can, when you're done with the egg, you can go ahead and place it on your tray so that it can sit there and be shown, or so it can dry. So before we started, I had a couple eggs already done so that I can show you. And they're nice and dry, but you want to make sure you have a piece of napkin that you can brush off any leftover dye. Because when you pick it up, there might be a couple dots right at the top, so you can see that I just brushed it off. And I have this really pretty green egg. And so now if you have extra decorations or stickers, you can put it on the egg. Or you can even put it in another dye and make it multicolored. So I think something that could be really fun is if you put it on your metal holster and you want half the color to be different, then you can just hold it inside of another cup. And you might have to hold it there for a little while. So you can either take turns holding the egg, maybe ask someone older to do it for you, or you can just test to see how long you can do it yourself. If I did it for a really little time, I'm going to want to put it back on the drying rack. And then we're going to find out what it looks like to have 2 different colors. All right, well that's how you dye eggs. I hope you guys all really had fun with it. While we still have some eggs in the cups, I thought it'd be really fun to read a story together. That way, while all of our eggs are being dyed and some of them are drying, we have another activity to do. All right, are you guys ready? Great. I got this new book full of stories, and they're all about everyone that lives in Arendelle. And some of you may not have read some of these stories because it's a new book. So I picked out one of my favorites for you. This is called Snow and Tell. All right, are you guys all ready? Great. It had been a few months since Olaf had helped Anna and Elsa end the eternal winter in Arendelle. And as one of the kingdom's newest residents, He wasted no time in exploring his home. Olaf loved seeing new sights, hearing new sounds, and smelling new smells. One day, Olaf happened upon a group of children. "A parade," he squealed. "I love parades." "Hi, Olaf," a girl named Lisbeth said. "What are you doing today?" "Just wandering around town," Olaf replied. "You mean wandering," she said. "No, wondering. I'm wondering, why are you parading inside when it's so nice out?" "It's not a parade," Lisbeth giggled. "It's school." Then she followed her classmates into the building. Olaf was curious. He'd never been to a place called school before. Peering through the window, Olaf saw Lisbeth. She was in front of the class sharing her collection of seashells. They were different shapes, sizes, and colors. "My shells are special to me because my papa is a fisherman. He sails a boat to many different places, and he always brings shells back to me from his trips." Then the teacher, Miss Halverson, welcomed Olaf inside. "Would you care to join us?" she asked. "Really? Could I?" Olaf asked. "We're having show and tell," said Lisbeth. "Ooh," gasped Olaf. "I love show and tell. That's my favorite." What is it?" Miss Halverson explained that the students were sharing their collections, groups of items that had special meaning for them. It was Finn's turn next. He poured smooth, shiny marbles into his hand for the class to see. Olaf noticed that collections could be made up of all sorts of things, like marbles, rocks, figurines, or even fish. Olaf loved hearing about all the different collections the children had brought in. Suddenly he raised his hand. "Miss Halverson, can I share my collection too?" Olaf asked. "I think you mean, may I share my collection?" Miss Halverson said. "Of course," Olaf said. She smiled. "Go ahead, Olaf, it's your turn." I wonder what Olaf's going to share. Do you guys have any ideas? "Hi, I'm Olaf," he said, "and I like warm hugs. I collect them from everyone I meet." Miss Halverson smiled again. "Olaf, collections are usually made of things you can touch." Olaf's eyes lit up and he nodded with excitement. First, Olaf pulled off his carrot nose. Then he reached up and took a handful of snow from his flurry. Next, he pulled out an icicle with the tip broken off from behind his back. It was certainly an unusual collection. He placed each item on Miss Halverson's desk. "Olaf," Miss Halverson began, "I don't think you understand. Items in a collection have value or meaning." "Yes." "They're unique." "Right." "They're special in some way." "Gotcha." Miss Halverson looked at all the items on her desk. "Usually we collect things that aren't just parts of our bodies." But Olaf pointed out that his carrot nose was not just part of his body. It was the first gift he'd ever received. "This carrot reminds me of the day I met my friends Anna and Sven," Olaf explained. "When Anna gave me the carrot to use as my nose, Sven was so cute. He kept trying to kiss it, so whenever I see it, it makes me smile." One of the children raised her hand. "What's special about snow?" Olaf pointed to the small cloud over his head. "This is my own personal flurry. My friend Elsa gave this to me," he said. "She said snowmen didn't last long in the summer sun. Now, wherever I go, I think of her friendship." Miss Halverson began to understand. "And the icicle?" Olaf held it to his eye. "I used this to watch for my friend Kristoff when he returned to the castle to save Anna," he explained. "It reminds me what true love looks like." When Olaf had finished sharing, he looked at Miss Halverson. "Miss Halverson, your eye's melting," he said. With a smile, Miss Halverson wiped away a small tear. Then the entire class cheered as they came up to hug the little snowman. Olaf was thrilled. His collections of hugs had just grown a lot. The end. Well, I hope you guys liked that story. It's one of my favorites. I think it's really special that the class let Olaf join them and he got to share all those really special memories to him. All right. So at this time, you guys might want to take out your eggs because it's been quite a few minutes. So I'm going to start with the blue egg, the one that's for Elsa. Wow, what a really pretty color. So we're going to put that in its own special holder to dry. I really think she's going to like that. And then we have the one for Olaf. Wow, look, it's so orange. I think that's going to remind him of the sun and of springtime. And hopefully he'll like the little snowman that appears when it's dry. All right, well, I think we have a few more people to say hello to. All right, well, hi, Gracie and Caroline. Michaela, she says, "Thank you, Anna." Well, thank you for joining me, Michaela. And Amber said that she loved the story. Oh, I'm so glad. What I really like about the story is that it gives us all a really good idea of something to do. I know that no one's in school right now, and that might be a little sad because you can't be with your friends. But I want to challenge you guys while you're home to go into your room or go throughout your house and find something that's really important to you and that has a lot of special meaning. And then hold your own show and tell. You can ask your parents to bring an item and do it with you. I think they'd really like it. And then you guys can each share really special memories with each other. All right, well, I just want to thank you guys so much for what a magical visit this has been. And if you ever want to have a one-on-one visit with me or any of my other princess friends, make sure to go to princessparty.com and it has all the details for you. And another reminder to just have hope and continue to be kind to one another while we're all in uncertain times. All right, thanks for joining me, guys. Have a magical day.